So I just got this really beautiful video message from an old friend, somebody that I've known for, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 years. And back in the day, this fellow was talking about how much he wanted to write a book, and um, and he hasn't written a book. And he was a little bit embarrassed sharing the fact that he hadn't written a book yet with me, which, please don't be embarrassed if you haven't written a book. I know what that feels like. And he used this expression. He said, I've got a lot of talents, I've got a lot of skills, and I feel like I'm a jack of all trades, but a master of none. And being a master of none, I don't know how I would write a book and bring enough depth to the pages of that book to be beneficial to anyone, because only masters write books. It's not the jack of all trades that write books. And boy, I just got to thinking about this idea that you don't begin writing a book until you've got all of these ideas fleshed out in your head, until you've read everything there is to read on the topic, until you've spoken on the topic, until you've fleshed out all of the depth of a topic. And I got to tell you, I don't know how anybody gets to that level of insight on any topic without writing. So part of what I recognize is going on with my friend is that until he's got everything organized in his head, until he understands things brilliantly, he's not ready to write. But I'm telling you right now that you get the depth of understanding by writing. You can't skip the confusing part in the writing process of, yeah, this is how I think it goes, and this is what I have to say on the topic. And, ooh, come to think of it, is that right? Is that exactly right? Do I have that right? Well, where can I go to find a supporting argument or check myself or check the argument? You don't know what you don't know until you're trying to explain it on the page for a reader. So a jack of all trade becomes a master at the topic that he or she has chosen to write about by going through the process of trying to present an argument on the page. So this is what happens when you've got a lot of ideas and a lot of interests, and you're nervous that you've never chosen one to build a business on, or you've never chosen one to write a book on. And the fear is that you're supposed to know it all from the get-go, as opposed to you build this stuff while flying. You figure this stuff out as you build out a book or as you build out a business, or that you have to find it through the fog, that you don't get to show up fully formed and then write a book. It's just typically not how it's done. And I think thinking that you have to show up fully formed like that is a source of paralysis. And it doesn't just show up in, I haven't written a book. It it shows up in not wanting to make a mistake or choosing wrong. I mean, you can think of all the arenas where this would show up, and who you want to serve in your business, or which reader you want to write to, or what aspect of what you do you want to offer people, and what do you not. Like that, thinking that you have to find the perfect choice or understand all the aspects of that perfect choice beforehand, and it never happens that way. It's always so much messier. So if you're paralyzed, if you've been wanting to write a book for a long time and you're afraid that you don't have enough to give. It's your thoughts aren't deep enough, or your understanding of a topic isn't deep enough, or that you don't have enough to share because there's so much to know and you don't know it all. Oh my God, that's probably the perfect topic for you to dive in and explore, because you become so much more knowledgeable. You create those arguments, you create that confidence, and it just blossoms out into every other aspect of your life. So you learn and become the master by doing. Short and sweet. So if you've been waiting, what are you waiting for?